Hi!
Welcome back to our channel, and I'm sure you watched last week's video where we introduced this amazing sentence, do you have the freedom?
Such an easy way to train your kids to be responsible and owning the thinking process.
And if you didn't watch it, just go and enjoy it again. We'll link it at the end of this video.
Today we're diving deeper into the topic of choices. Ever considered the impact of offering too many choices at a young age or too little choices once your kids grow older?
Sounds familiar? Maybe not, and chances are that you didn't even think about it. Because a lot of parents instinctively adjust to the situation and to the age of the child. And that's good, but having some kind of foundation to keep as guide is even better.
Because following our instincts could lead to inadequacy. Depending on your parenting style, offering your children choices may either be easy or difficult for you. Whatever you follow, we emphasize the importance to choose a way in unity that is proactive and intentional rather than reactive and permissive.
So today we will use a funnel to visualize the different stages of life with our children. So the narrower the funnel is, the younger the child.
And during that stage, mom and dad are fully responsible of making all the choices for the child.
The widest part of the funnel represents an older child.
And at this stage, mom and dad can expect that a child can handle most of their choices. The funnel helps us to navigate age-appropriate restraint in the early days to age-appropriate choices at later stages. But one common mistake is to parent outside of the funnel. For example, being overprotective with your teenager or giving your toddler too many choices. Both will lead to frustration. Let's focus on the latter.
Offering many choices to a kid seems to be beneficial, but actually it's overwhelming and leads very often to decision-making addictions. And the addiction is actually not the child's fault, but it's a reaction to the parents' overwhelming choice-giving behavior.
Basically, mom and dad giving too many choices. So now, how do we find out if our kids are addicted to choices? Ask yourself if you're giving your child too many choices throughout the day. With a 3-year-old, it may sound like this. Do you want bread or butter on your toast?
Do you want to go and have a nap now, or do you want to have your nap later? Do you want to go to play in the park, or do you want to play in the forest?
Do you want to have pasta or French fries for lunch? Or do you want to go to bed now, or do you want to go to bed later? What a question. We hope you're starting to understand the point. You might be realizing just now that's why your child has so many tantrums.
And by hearing the dialogue that we just did between the mom and the kid or the dad and the kid, we suddenly realize that actually we may do this a lot more often than we think. And a lot of us, we're actually not aware that we're giving so many choices to our little child. And you can imagine days after days, weeks after weeks, months after months,
years after years,
what's gonna happen?
And you create a pattern for your child that they're dependent to make all the choices themselves. And once they're teenagers, they will follow in those footsteps and may have a hard time to do something they do not like. If you've fallen in this pattern, don't worry, because we all do. Make it a family decision, apologize, and explain to your children that things will change. You will probably need to massively scale back and reintroduce age-appropriate choices when your child demonstrates responsibility and sound judgment.
So the funnel helps you to visualize the gradual introduction to choices over the years. Not overwhelming them as toddlers, for example, by giving them too many choices, and not frustrating them when they are teenagers by giving them too little choices.
Maybe you're still not sure if your child is addicted to choices.
Then be courageous and do the test.
So the test is the scenario we already talked about. Prepare breakfast for your child without the many choices. So instead of bread or cornflakes, offer bread.
And instead of giving the choice to go to the park or the forest, just choose to go to the park today.
And if it's time to bed, don't ask them if they want to go. Choose that this is the time and keep bedtime routine a priority. So after this test, we are sure you will know if your child is addicted to choices.
Learning to navigate this process early actually lays a foundation for adulthood.
Yeah, where countless decisions are made.
So thank you for watching, and if you found today's video encouraging,
don't forget to join us weekly for more practical and life-giving insight on this beautiful journey called parenthood. Until then, bye.